Okay, so let us start the class. Previous class we are discussing about cost of capital, right? And the cost of debt we have already covered, and we are learning about cost of equity, right? Am I right?
Equity. Yes, sir.
Okay, so cost of equity, I think I had shown you one chart when various kinds of methods were displayed. So let me share with you that chart right now. Let me share the screen, appropriate screen with you. Just wait a minute. I'm sharing the screen. Are you seeing it?
No, sir.
Just wait a minute. Method of computing cost of equity. Is it visible? It will take some time. Maybe buffering time is taking. अब दिखाई दे रहा है?
Yes, sir.
Method of computing cost of equity. These are some methods. I had explained you the dividend valuation model. We'll start with that model, right? And other models are
Yes,
there.
sir.
Some models are discussed in a study material. We'll be covering all those models, right? So I told you one thing: when there is no growth in dividend, the cost of equity can be computed by using this formula. What is this formula? Can you read out? Read it out.
D1 by P0.
D1 by P0. And what is D1?
D1 is the dividend.
D1 is the
Mm,
not
Dividend
exactly dividend. Dividend means which dividend?
is
Not
perpetually. This
dividend means
means interest.
no. Here dividend means why it is D1 means future dividend. Okay, that is next year's dividend. Expected dividend. It's not D0. D0 means current dividend. Okay. So this you have to
Yes,
remember
sir.
that
Yes, sir.
in the question there is possibility that it might be telling you the current dividend. If current dividend is given, we have to convert it into D1. That means future dividend or expected dividend
Yes,
is
sir.
relevant. Okay. Not current dividend. The expected dividend is relevant. Okay. So right,
Yes, sir.
right. So now in that context, I have told you see this question. Have you gone through this question?
Yes, sir.
You have not gone
Yes,
through. Okay. This question was shared to you last class.
yes, sir.
Okay. So we'll do it. Okay. Read the question first. Please read the question.
पढ़ूंगी.
Hmm. Please read the question.
The company issue 1,000 share of rupees 100 each at a premium of 10%.
Now tell
The
me what is the
company
issue price.
has
At this stage, tell me what is the issue price. कितने में share issue price?
110.
Okay, 110, right. How many shares are issued?
1,000.
Okay, now next paragraph.
The company has been paying 20% dividend to the equity shareholders for the past 5 years and expect to maintain the same in the future also. Compute the cost of equity capital.
Okay, now question has got
Will
one
it
more
make
paragraph.
any
Yeah. Will it make any difference if market price of equity share is 160? Right. So in the both the cases, we have to see how we will be able to compute. We need to compute the cost of it. Okay. So you know the formula.
Yes, sir.
So what is D1?
Yes,
Current
sir.
dividend is given, or in fact, past dividend is given. Right. Past dividend is 20%.
20%.
But the question says the company is willing to continue that dividend. So the future dividend is
Yes, sir.
also 20%. Right. Future dividend is also 20%. So D1 is
Yes, sir.
okay. And P0 is 110. So D1 by P0 into 100. So is equal to 18.18%. Are you getting the answer?
Okay,
Okay.
sir. Yes, sir.
Have you understood the
Yes,
answer?
sir.
And now
Yes, sir.
question says if the market price of equity shares is 160, right? If market price is 160, then what will happen? What will
Yes.
be the answer? 20 by 160
150 into 100.
into 100. Now it's come
Yes,
to
sir.
12.5%. So
Yes,
this
sir.
gives us a learning that if the market prices increases, cost of equity capital will decrease. Isn't it?
Decreases.
When the market price
Yes, sir.
was 110, it was 18.18%. When it is 160, it is 12.5%. When market
Yes.
price increasing means what exactly happening? The denominator is increasing. When denominator increases, the cost of the equity, so the
Decrease.
denominator increases, cost of equity will decrease.
Decreases. Yes, sir.
Okay, cost of equity will decrease.
Yes, sir.
Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we see when growth is there. So I told you one formula that is U1 by P0. This is the formula I had told you. But at the same time, you have understood
Yes, sir.
if there is growth, then what will happen? We have to add the growth. Okay. So effectively, we will be
Yes,
getting the
sir.
formula D1 by P0 plus growth. Okay. So if there is growth or if there is a kind of constant growth, then we have to use this formula. What is the formula in case of constant growth? You see, K
D1
is
by
equal
P0 plus.
to D1 by P0 plus growth. Okay. How we are deriving this formula? This formula has been derived by using the perpetuity formula. In the time value of money
Yes, sir.
chapter, we have understood the present value of the growing perpetuity is what? Perpetuity divided by time value of money minus 2. This we have learned it earlier. Is it not? Okay. Have you remembered? The present value of growing
Yes, sir.
perpetuity by TVM minus 2. Okay. What
Okay.
is this present value? We are calling the present value PG. Perpetuity is the
Yes,
dividend
sir.
D1 divided by time value of money is the K minus G.
Yes,
If we
yes, sir.
If we write equation in this manner, we will be getting that what is this K? K will be computed like this D1 by
D1
P0
by
plus G.
P0. Yes.
D1 by P0 plus G.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that is cost of equity. Fine.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, yeah, this is also similar kind of thing. Now, here is one more question. Can you read this question? We'll try to solve this question also. Meghna, you are listening?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Can you read this question?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please read.
A company plans to issue 1,000 new equity share of rupees 100 each at par. The floating costs are expected to be 5% to the share price. The
Okay.
company
Now,
expects
wait
to
a minute.
pay a dividend of
Wait a minute. What is the issue price now? At what
100 rupees.
100.
95.
Okay. Actually, issue price is 100, but effectively company will get 95. So P0 will be
Yes, sir.
95. कंपनी के पास 95 rupees आएगा because 5% will go as floating cost. Okay, is it clear?
Yes.
Rosalie, you are also understanding?
Yes.
Okay, now,
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
now second point. Next
The
paragraph, please.
company
The
expects
company
to pay.
expects
Meghna, you read.
yes, sir. The company expects to pay a dividend of rupees 100 per share initially, and the growth in dividend is expected to be 5%.
Okay,
Compute the cost of new issue of equity shares.
Okay. Company expects to pay dividend of 10. That means future next dividend is 10 rupees. Then it is expected to grow at the rate of 5%. So we'll apply that formula d1 by p0 plus g. Okay. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So if you apply
Sir,
this
here
formula,
growth rate is 5%.
your growth rate is 5%. No, dividend is expected. Right. Okay, okay. This company expects to pay dividend of rupees 10 per share initially, and the growth in dividend is expected to be 5%. So growth rate is 5%. Growth
Yes,
rate
sir.
means growth rate of dividend.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we'll apply this
Yes,
formula
sir.
d1 by p0 plus g. d1 by p0 means what? 100 minus 5. 100
Yes,
rupees
sir.
actually is the price, but effectively we are getting 95 plus 5%.
Yes, sir.
It comes to 15.53%. Okay. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Simple
Yes, sir.
question.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let us visualize if the equity shares price is 150. Let us say effectively company is getting 150. Then what will be the cost of equity? 10 divided by 150 plus 5%. 11.6.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Simple formula.
Yes, sir.
Now sometimes what happens? Growth. If the growth is given in the question, then fine. If the growth is not given, then we have to compute the growth rate. How we'll be able to compute growth rate? These are the three methods. One is simple average past growth rate. Second is point to point growth rate. And third point, can you read it?
Um,
G.
G equal to B into R.
G equal to B into R. Okay. B here means G is the growth. Okay. Growth is equal to B into R. B here means retention ratio. Matlab, how much money company is retaining in what ratio? The ratio in which company is retaining is profit. Okay. If retention ratio is given, that is B. And R is the return on equity or return on investment. How much money company is earning on its investment. So if these two data are also given, that is retention ratio and return on equity, growth rate can also be computed by multiplying these two. Right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh. Now first we will see simple average growth rate. Okay, we will be calculating growth rate, simple average. Okay. So simple average growth rate means what will happen? The past growth rates will be averaged out. So if the growth rate in the last 3 years were, let us say, 10%, 12%, 17%, the simple average past growth rate is 10 plus 12 plus
All
17.
total divided.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
all these things are added, divided by 3 is equal to 13%. That is simple average past growth rate. Okay, very
Yes, sir.
simple to understand. But
Yes,
here
sir.
you see, this is the average of growth rates, not average of dividends. Okay, we have to calculate what is the
Yes,
growth
sir.
rate in dividend, and that's average. Simple average of past growth rates has to be taken. Understood?
Yes, sir.
So these are growth rate of share price.
Growth rate of dividend.
10%, 12%, 17%.
Yeah, these are the growth rates of dividend, and we are averaging them out.
Okay, sir.
Then only we will be getting simple
Yes,
average past growth. Okay.
yes, sir.
Now,
Yes, sir.
next point is point to point movement in dividend. How we'll do it? Let us say dividend in the first 5 years ago was 10 rupees. Let us assume this thing. Okay. 5 साल पहले कितनी था? 10 रुपया. अभी कितनी हो गया? Suppose 20 रुपया. Okay.
20.
So over the period of 5 years, 10 rupees has become 20 rupees.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then how will be calculating growth rate? Growth rate will be calculated like this. That means 10 rupees, let us say, invested 5 years back, that has become 20 rupees today.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that means, so 10 rupees into, so 10 rupees multiplied with future value factor is equal to 20 rupees.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So 10 rupees is, let us say, present value. 20 rupees is the future value. So 10 rupees multiplied with future value factor is equal to 20 rupees. Or future value factor is equal to 20 by 10
Yes, sir.
is equal to
Yes,
2
sir.
is equal to 2.
Yes, sir.
Now we'll
Yes,
see
sir.
the future value factor for 5 years.
From the table.
For the 5 years, we will
Yes, sir.
search and find out the rate percentage which corresponds to these two. If we look at the future value factor table for 5 years, we are finding that 2 corresponds with 15%. Therefore, growth rate is 15%.
Yes, sir.
Understood? This is one more way
Yes, sir.
of
Yes, sir.
computing growth rate. Okay? But here you have to remember,
Yes.
you have to assume that as if we are investing 10 rupees and getting 20 rupees. Okay, meaning our outflow is 10 and inflow is 20. So future value factor is equal to I by O, that is inflow by outflow. So 20 by 10.
Yeah.
Then we have to search the future value factor table. Okay.
Yes.
Or we can do
Yes.
something, 20 rupees discounted at a particular rate, it is coming at 10 rupees in 5 years. So 20 rupees into present value factor is equal to 10 rupees. Is it not? Or present value factor
Yes.
is equal to 10 by 20. Then we'll sort the present value factor for 5 years. We'll be finding out what is the rate percentage which matches this number. Then also you'll find it is 15% which matches this number. So either by using future value factor table or by using present value factor table, we'll be able to compute the growth rate. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, understood. The third method I'll be
Yes, sir.
taking.
Yes, sir.
Okay, third method is computation of growth method 3. Okay, G is equal to growth rate, B is equal to retention ratio, R is equal to return on equity. Right? Suppose company is having capital of 10%, return on equity is 20%. That means company earns at the rate of 20%. Payout ratio is
Yes.
60%. If payout ratio is 60%, then what is retention ratio? कितनी होगा?
Yes. 20.
नहीं, what is retention ratio? Retention मतलब आप समझते हो? मतलब कंपनी का जितनी प्रॉफिट होता है, कंपनी कुछ प्रॉफिट खुद का पास रिटेन करता है, कुछ डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कर देता है. जो डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कर देता है,
40.
that is called payout ratio. And the profit which is retained by the company, that ratio, the ratio at which profit is retained by the company, that is called as retention ratio. So retention ratio and payout ratio are opposite. Meaning, suppose payout ratio is 60%, that means retention ratio is 40%. Or payout ratio is 80%, that means retention ratio is
20.
20%. Because total is 100%. Out of this 100% profit, if you decide to retain 20%, that means you will pay out 80%. Here the question says the
Yes, sir.
payout is 60%. Then what is retention ratio?
40.
How much? 40%. So
40.
if I know the retention ratio and we know the return on equity. So G is equal to retention ratio is 60% into 20%. That will 0.6 into 0.2. Okay, 0.6 into 0.2, that is
Yes, sir.
40% to 60%, it will become 8%.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that is 8%. We'll take it with the help of an example to understand why it is G is equal to B into R. This example, let me explain it. Okay, suppose you start the business with 100 rupees. Understood? Opening balance is how much?
100
100.
rupees.
100. And the question says company will earn return 20%. Is it done?
Yes, sir.
Mean 20
Yes.
rupees it will earn. Okay? How
Yes,
much
sir.
it is going
Yes,
to
sir.
earn? 20% and 20%. But out of 20,
Yes.
dividend will be paid how much? 60% because payout ratio is 60%. Is it not? Payout ratio is 60%. So how much dividend will be paid? 60%. Meaning how much I am going to pay?
60%.
60% means how much? Amount how much? Out of 20, how much I will pay?
12 rupees.
12 rupees I will pay. Okay. Meghna, you are getting?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
Yes,
sir.
sir.
If I am paying 12 rupees, how much I will be retaining? अब मेरे पास कितनी रहेगा?
8 rupees.
8
8
rupees.
rupees. That means next year I will start business with my original 100 rupees plus this 8 rupees because 8 rupees I have retained from the current year's profit. Is it not?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Next year my business I will be starting with 108 rupees and I will be
Yes,
earning
sir.
20% on this. 20% means I will be earning 21.6. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I will be paying
Yes, sir.
60% dividend. That means 12.96 I will be paying as dividend. Okay. And balance my retention will be 8.64. Okay, I'm already having 108. Next year when we start the business, additional this one 8.64 will be added. So I'll be starting business in third year with 116.64. Okay, and I'll be earning
Yes, sir.
20%. That means 23.2 I'll be earning. Okay, and I'll be paying
Yes.
dividend 14%, 14 rupees. Now you see dividend is growing from 12 to 12.96 to 14. Okay, dividend is growing
Yes.
or
Yes,
not?
sir.
Okay, if you
Yes.
Yes, sir.
calculate that growth, you'll find the growth is 8%.
Yes, sir.
Okay, growth is calculated 8%. But this is the complex way or it's a longer way of calculating. So instead of doing this, we'll apply the shortcut method. What is the shortcut method? G is equal to B into R. So straight way 40% into 12%, 20% is equal to 8%. ठीक है?
सर ये डिविडेंड ग्रोथ से पता चलता है कि 8% हुआ ग्रोथ?
Dividend growth.
वो टेबल से कैसे पता चलेगा कि 8% ग्रोथ हुआ?
अब देखो ना 12 से 12.96 हुआ, कितनी ग्रोथ है? So 12.96
0.9.
नहीं 12.96 minus 12, ठीक
यस
है,
सर.
कितना हुआ
0.9.
0.96. सो
यस
0.96
सर.
ऑन 12 रुपीज कितनी हो रहा है, कैलकुलेट करो.
यस
0.96
सर.
divided by 12. Calculator is with you.
यस सर. इट इज कमिंग विथ
0.96 divided by 2
0.08.
into 100 आप अगर करेंगे आपको 8% मिल रहा है.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. नेक्स्ट ईयर आप जस्ट सपोज देखेंगे 12.96 से 14. So 14 minus 12.96, that is the growth. And that is has to be calculated upon 12.96. You will find again 8% growth. That means consistently there is a 8% growth in dividend. How to calculate it? By applying shortcut method, 40% into 20%, we're getting 8%. Okay.
यस सर.
So
यस
if
सर.
the growth is given in the question, then directly d1 by p0 plus growth. If it is not given, however, then what you can do? You can use this formula, right? That is how you can calculate growth rate. Now quickly let us do this question. Please see this question. Read this question. One of you please read this question.
Dividend per share is expected to be rupees 1 next year and the growth rate is 6% per annum. Uh, no, per annum perpetually. Market price of the share is rupees 25. Calculate the cost of equity.
Can you try? Or both of you are having pen and paper with you?
Yes, sir.
हाँ जरा ट्राई
Yes,
कीजिए
sir.
इसका आंसर ट्राई कीजिए. आई बी शोइंग यू द आंसर बट आप थोड़ा ट्राई करके देखिए कितने आ रहा है आंसर. So same d1 by p0 plus g, right? So what is d1?
Yes, sir.
1. p0 25.
One.
1 means what?
Rupees 1.
It will come in 1 by 25, right?
Yes, sir.
अगर परसेंटेज को कन्वर्ट करेंगे it will become 100. Okay, so it will become
Yes, sir.
4%. मल्टीप्लाई करने से ये होगा 4% और 0.04 और ग्रोथ है 6%. टोटल 10%.
So 1.4 आ रहा है.
Which one are you getting? अच्छा 1% हो रहा है क्या? चेक कर
1/4
लीजिए.
आ रहा है.
हाँ ठीक है ठीक है, अगर देख लीजिए अगर एरिथमेटिकली जो भी करेक्ट आंसर है वो देख लीजिए. बट दिस इज द फॉर्मूला 1 by 26. The result will be 0.04
answer.
plus 0.06 is equal to,
Yes sir, ठीक आ रहा है. 1 by
ठीक है 10%.
1 by 2. Yes sir.
Yes, 10%. 10%. Okay, so do it carefully. फास्ट कैलकुलेशन में अगर डेसिमल में कुछ गलत होगा तो आपको 10% आपको 1% इट इज 10%, राइट?
Yes sir.
Okay, fine. Meghna, you are doing it.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Now next question we will do it. Please read this question.
Expected future rate of growth in dividend is negative 5%. Dividend today is rupees 10 per share. Current market price is rupees 50. Calculate the cost of equity.
Yes, please do this question. Same formula, d1 by p0 plus g. But question is tricky. It says growth rate is negative.
Yes sir.
Okay, it says question dividend today is rupees 10. That means what?
D0.
D0 is 10. But what you want? D1 by P0.
D1.
P0 is how
Yes sir.
much? P0
50.
50.
50.
But first thing is that you
Yes sir.
have to calculate D1. How much is D1?
1.1. 11.
D1 is how much?
11.
Read the question again. Dividend growth is negative 5%.
Yes, sir. 0.
11 आपका कैसे है? How could you calculate 11?
No sir, मैं 10% ले ली.
आपने
ये
10%
थी.
ग्रोथ ले लिया, लेकिन वो तो कहीं नहीं लिखा. डिविडेंड टुडे इज 10. नेक्स्ट ईयर का डिविडेंड कितने होगा? So this is the catch in this question. Okay, so normally student gets confused because, but read the question carefully. It says negative 5%. negative 5% मतलब क्या है? मतलब
Minus.
ये जो 10 रुपीस था उससे 5% कम होगा. So what will be your
Yes sir.
D1? 9.5. Okay, divided by P0.
Yes sir.
Plus G means plus minus G. G is negative. So here,
Minus.
this is actually minus means plus minus G. This is negative growth. Okay, understood?
Yes sir.
Yes, sir.
So future dividend is relevant. You have to keep in the mind. अगर आप करंट डिविडेंड लेके ग्रोथ कैलकुलेट करेंगे और कॉस्ट ऑफ इक्विटी कैलकुलेट करेंगे वो गलत है. ठीक है, अंडरस्टूड? ये क्वेश्चन आपको
Yes sir.
केयरफुली करना पड़ेगा. ये थोड़ा ट्रिकी क्वेश्चन है, राइट?
Yes sir.
There is one more method, earning yield method. Just theoretically understand this method, how you be calculating. So if question says earning per share is given, then we have to calculate cost of equity by using this formula. Earning per share divided by, please read it.
Net
Sir.
proceed or market price per share.
This data is given, either net profit per share or market price per share is given. Then earning, instead of dividend हम लोग करते थे D1 by P0. तो D1 की जगह अगर earning है, then also you can apply this formula. Earning by net proceeds from issue of shares or market price from issue of shares.
Market price.
Theoretically, you have to remember this.
Yes sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, one more question we will do. Then we will move to the next aspect. Yeah, please read this question. Let us see.
सर ये आ नहीं रहा है,
A
प्रीवियस वाला
farm
स्लाइड
is
देखिए।
Please wait for some time. Rosalie, you are unable to see it.
No sir, only the earning yield method, that slide is visible.
That slide is visible. Wait for some time. It might be buffering. Meghna, you are seeing this question.
yes, sir.
You are seeing the question. Okay. Just let us wait. Let Rosalie see this question. Then we'll
Yes
start.
sir, it is appearing.
It is appearing now. Okay. Now you please read it.
Earning per share is equal to earning divided by total number of
No, no,
share.
no, not that one. One question you are seeing it. A question.
This is appearing.
Acha, Meghna, what you are saying?
Sir, question.
Question. Acha.
So now it is appearing.
Okay. You are seeing the question now? Hmm. Rosalie, please
Yes
read
sir.
the question.
A firm is considering an expenditure of rupees 60 lakh for expanding its operations. The relevant information is as follow.
Okay.
Number of existing equity share is equal to 10 lakh. Market value of existing share rupees 60. Net earning is equal to 90 lakh.
Okay.
Compute the cost of existing equity share capital and of new equity share capital, assuming that new share will be issued at a price rupees 52 per share and the cost of new issue will be rupees 2 per share.
I will just very quickly, I will show you the answer. Not a very difficult question, easy question. Just go through the answer, you will be able to understand. You are seeing the answer, Rosalie?
Sorry sir?
Rosalie, answer आपको दिखाई दे रहा है? Are you seeing the answer?
No sir. No sir.
No, sir.
Earning per share. Meghna, you are seeing the answer. Earning per share is equal to.
Yes,
Rosalie, are you
No sir, it is not visible.
not appearing? No? Okay. Just wait a minute. Just tell me when it will appear, right? Blue colors.
Yes sir.
So here what we'll do in this question.
So,
Yeah, earning per share is equal to earning divided by total number of shares. So we'll get per share earning. Okay, what is the per share earning I am getting? Total earning is 90 divided by total number of shares, let us say 10. So per share earning is 9.
9 rupees.
Okay,
Yes sir.
yes,
okay, okay. Once again, I'm showing you the question. You see, net earning is 90 lakh. Number of equity share is 10 lakh. So per share earning is 90 by 10.
Yes.
We are getting 9. But
yes,
what is cost of equity? 9 rupees the earning per share and the market price is 60. So 9 by 60 into
Yes,
100, 15% will get.
yes sir.
yes,
Okay. And the new equity
Yes sir.
shares, if you are thinking about the new equity shares, per share earning is 90, but the market price
Yes sir.
effectively will be getting 50 rupees, not 60 rupees. 52 minus 2. So you'll be getting 50 rupees into 100, 18%. Because the question says new issue will be issued at 52 rupees per share plus cost of new issue will be rupees 2. So effectively I will be getting 9 divided by 52 minus 2, that is 9
52.
divided by 50 into 100, 18%. So very simple, we will be able to compute cost of equity like this.
Yes sir.
Okay, right.
Yes.
So
yes.
similar, yeah, you are asking something.
No, sir.
No sir, I'm not.
Okay. Now you see one more method is also used, that is called as the realized yield method. Just like earning, here what we will do, what is the yield? Earning per share. Same thing, earning per share divided by market price of share plus. Okay, similar kind of thing. Question might give you earning, it might be giving you yield, or it might be giving you dividend. In all the cases, formula is similar. Okay, so what is the yield divided by market price per share into 100? Like that you have to do. If growth rate will be given, just add growth rate. Okay, understood?
Yes sir.
Now,
Yes,
one more method we will be learning, that is called as capital asset pricing model. Are you seeing this slide? We need to understand this thing.
No, sir, it is not.
CAPM. Just wait a minute.
yes, sir.
Yeah. Roji, you are seeing it?
No, sir.
Oh, okay, wait. Is it visible now?
No, sir.
Acha.
Yes, sir, it is visible now.
Okay. Now we'll understand this thing. This is one of the important model. Through this model, we'll be able to compute cost of equity. Right? Right. Now, first, both of you, please read what is written here. Cost of equity is equal to
RF plus beta RM minus RF.
RF. Okay. So this is the formula we'll be using. First, we'll understand the concept of beta. Okay. Then we'll understand why this formula is like this. Okay. So first of all, first see this chart. This brown color chart I will be showing. Okay.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Roji, you are seeing?
Yes,
Now,
yes,
what is
sir.
written here on the cursor?
Number of securities,
And what is written here?
risk.
Risk. We'll be learning this concept once again when we'll be learning this security analysis and portfolio management. But right now, you have to understand, if I invest in more securities, if I increase the number of securities, my risk will decrease. Right? Suppose, for example, suppose I'm telling you to invest in company A. Right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
You are taking a risk.
Yes, sir.
So I suppose I will say, no, don't invest the entire money in company A. Keep your investments, some of your investment in company A and some in company B. That means I'm increasing number of securities. Instead of investing in one security, I'm telling to invest in two securities. Right?
Yes, sir.
So if you're increasing number of securities, your risk will be reducing. So further, if you increase from two securities, you go for three securities, four securities, five securities, six securities, 10 securities. So as you keep on increasing the number of securities, what will happen to your risk?
Decrease.
Risk will decrease. Both of you have understood this?
Yes,
सर
sir.
इफ इन्वेस्टमेंट गोटे एक ही कंपनी में होगा तो सिर्फ ए लिमिटेड में
हाँ. तो A limited में सपोज होगा, सपोज हियर आई एम राइटिंग वन, A लिमिटेड होगा, सपोज रिस्क इज हियर. एक कंपनी में वन कंपनी रिस्क इज हियर. If it is two company, risk will be little less. If it is three company, risk will be little less. Four company, risk will be further less. Five company, risk will be further less. Like this.
लेस कैसे हो सकता है रिस्क इंक्रीज होगा
Less
ना
कैसे हो सकता है?
ज्यादा
Because you are diversifying. मतलब
ये
एक कंपनी में लॉस होने का रिस्क जितना है, अगर दो कंपनी में इन्वेस्ट करोगे आपका रिस्क कम हो जाएगा. ऐसा तो नहीं कि दोनों कंपनी में इकट्ठे लॉस होगा. एक में लॉस होने से दूसरा से लॉस नहीं हो सकता है. ठीक है, आपका इसी कारण रिस्क थोड़ा कम हो जाएगा, बिकॉज यू आर ट्राइंग टू डाइवर्सिफाई. आर यू गेटिंग?
यस सर
सपोज देखो, मैं आपको एक एग्जांपल देता हूँ. सपोज मैं बोलता हूँ चलो आप आईटी सेक्टर में पैसा लगाओ. ठीक है.
यस सर
सपोज एक कंपनी, आप आईटी कंपनी का एक शेयर खरीदे. लेट अस से यू आर परचेजिंग शेयर ऑफ इंफोसिस. सो दैट इज ए रिस्क.
यस सर
रिस्क मतलब सपोज आईटी सेक्टर विल बी डाउन, तो आपका शेयर वैल्यू कम हो जाएगा.
यस सर
नहीं.
Yes, sir.
सो मैं बोलता हूँ नहीं नहीं, आप पूरा अमाउंट आईटी में मत लगाओ. सपोज यू आर हैविंग 1 लाख रुपीस, आई एम टेलिंग नो नो, यू डू वन थिंग. 1 लाख आउट ऑफ 1 लाख रुपीस 50,000 यू कीप इन आईटी सेक्टर, कोई भी आईटी सेक्टर. अनदर 50,000 यू कीप इन बैंकिंग सेक्टर. आपको बोल रहा हूँ आप
यस सर
आईटी से कंपनी के शेयर लो आधा, एक ले लो बैंकिंग कंपनी. तो क्या आपका
जी
रिस्क
सर,
कम होगा या ज्यादा होगा?
कम होगा।
कम हो जाएगा, क्योंकि अगर आईटी सेक्टर डाउन है तो हो सकता है बैंकिंग कंपनी चलेगा, अगर बैंकिंग डाउन है तो हो सकता है आईटी सेक्टर चलेगा, इजी ना।
जी सर।
अगर थर्ड,
सर लेकिन मैं सोच रही हूँ कि अगर पूरा पूरा 100 एक ही कंपनी में इन्वेस्ट करेंगे, लाइक इन
तो वो
ग्रुप
बात
में,
एक ही है ना, एक ही कंपनी में अगर सारी शेयर इन्वेस्ट किया तो बात तो एक ही है ना, मतलब आपका इन्वेस्टमेंट एक ही है।
तो अगर वहाँ पे शेयर प्राइस डिक्रीज होता है तो लॉस ही होगा ना, वहाँ पे कैसे रिस्क कम हो सकते हैं?
नहीं, एक ही कंपनी में इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हो मतलब सिक्योरिटी एक ही है ना। If you are investing in one company, that means we are understanding you are having only one security.
जी सर।
Number of securities means number of companies you are adding. But one company, suppose instead of investing 50,000 in Infosys, you are investing 1 lakh in Infosys. But बात तो एक ही है, because security is one.
अच्छा।
ठीक है, understood.
यस सर।
Here I say number of security means varieties of securities we are talking about of different companies.
यस सर।
ठीक है, सपोज आपने आईटी सेक्टर में इन्वेस्ट किया, दैट इज अ रिस्क। आईटी प्लस बैंकिंग ले लिया, रिस्क थोड़ा कम हो गया। आप बोलोगे आईटी प्लस बैंकिंग प्लस फार्मास्यूटिकल कंपनी से कोई शेयर ले लिया, रिस्क और थोड़ा कम हो गया। ठीक है, प्लस आपने जैसे ऑटोमोबाइल सेक्टर का भी कुछ शेयर ले लिया, रिस्क कम हो गया। बिकॉज ऐसा तो नहीं कि सारी सेक्टर इकट्ठे लॉस करेंगे, एक लॉस करेंगे तो
यस सर।
दूसरा
Yes, sir.
नॉर्मल हो सकता है। फिर आपने कुछ इसमें मेटल सेक्टर ऐड किया, ठीक है, फिर कोई एफएमसीजी कंपनी ऐड किया। सो वेरियस काइंड्स ऑफ कंपनीज यू आर एडिंग सो दैट कोई एक सेक्टर लॉस करे। सपोज ऑटोमोबाइल सेक्टर आज डाउन हो जाएगा, कोई बात नहीं, आईटी सेक्टर तो चलेगा, तो आपका रिस्क थोड़ा कम होगा या ज्यादा नहीं?
यस सर, कम होगा।
कम हो जाएगा।
Yes, sir.
सो दैट इज द कंसेप्ट। सो इफ यू कीप इन्वेस्टिंग इन मोर सिक्योरिटीज, योर रिस्क विल बी रिड्यूस्ड। बट इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि आपने पूरा मार्केट का सारी सिक्योरिटी ले लेंगे तो रिस्क रिड्यूस होते 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 आके जीरो हो जाएगा, वो नहीं होगा। ठीक है,
यस
अंडरस्टूड।
सर।
Yes, sir.
वो क्यों नहीं होगा?
Yes, sir.
वो क्यों नहीं होगा? बिकॉज पहले तो नॉर्मली रिस्क का बिहेवियर ऐसा है, कुछ टाइम तक वो रिड्यूस हो गया, उसके बाद इट विल शो एज ए फ्लैट लाइन, स्ट्रेट लाइन। उसके बाद हम रिड्यूस रिस्क को रिड्यूस नहीं कर सकते। दिस इज बिकॉज ए पार्ट ऑफ द रिस्क इज ऑलरेडी इनबिल्ट इन द मार्केट, और यू कैन से इट इज ऑलरेडी ऑलवेज एग्जिस्ट इन द फाइनेंशियल सिस्टम। आप कुछ भी इसको डाइवर्ट करो, जितने भी शेयर खरीदो, वो रिस्क को आप डाइवर्ट नहीं कर सकते। That is there in the financial system, and that risk is called as the systematic risk since it is included in the financial system. What is that risk?
बीटा।
Beta means systematic risk. Okay, right?
Yes,
यस
yes,
सर।
sir.
Systematic risk. Systematic risk means they are non-diversifiable risk. They are non-controllable risk. इसको आप कंट्रोल नहीं कर सकते, डाइवर्सिफाई नहीं कर सकते। ओके, बट देयर इज ए काइंड ऑफ रिस्क व्हिच यू कैन कंट्रोल। ये सारी रिस्क आप कंट्रोल कर सकते हो। यहाँ से सपोज ये टोटल रिस्क से यहाँ से ऊपर से जितनी पोर्शन है उसको आप कंट्रोल कर सकते हो। दैट इज अनसिस्टमेटिक रिस्क और कंट्रोलेबल रिस्क और डाइवर्सिफाइबल रिस्क। ये रिस्क को आप कंट्रोल कर सकते हो, ये पूरा रिस्क आप कंट्रोल कर सकते हैं, लेकिन यहाँ से नीचे कंट्रोल नहीं कर सकते। ओके, ये जो सिस्टमेटिक रिस्क है, सिंस इट इज इनबिल्ट इन द सिस्टम, वी हैव टू बियर इट, we cannot do anything. The moment we participate in the financial system, we have to bear this risk. That risk is measured by using the concept beta. So what is beta? If I say, you have to say beta is the measure of systematic risk. What it exactly measures? It measures the sensitivity of a particular investment with the market or with the financial system. मतलब आप जहां इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हो वो पर्टिकुलर इन्वेस्टमेंट मार्केट के साथ कितनी सेंसिटिव है, दैट इज मेजर्ड थ्रू बेटा। ओके, अगर फुल्ली सेंसिटिव है,
Yes,
अगर फुल्ली सेंसिटिव है तो बेटा 1 होगा। मतलब मार्केट जब सपोज 10% बढ़ रहा है, आपका शेयर भी 10% बढ़ रहा है उसका वैल्यू, इसका मतलब ये फुल्ली सेंसिटिव, बेटा फैक्टर इज 1। ठीक है, और मार्केट अगर 10% बढ़ रहा है, आपका शेयर 20% बढ़ रहा है, आपका बेटा फैक्टर 2, इसका मतलब आपका शेयर ओवर सेंसिटिव है। अगर मार्केट 10% बढ़ रहा है, आपका शेयर लेकिन 5% बढ़ रहा है, योर बेटा फैक्टर इज 0.5 because your sensitivity is less. Understood? That
Yes, sir.
sensitivity is measured by the concept of beta. Okay?
Yes,
Understood?
sir.
Now,
Yes, sir.
if you have understood this chart, now we'll come to this chart. Okay, come to the chart which is there in the right hand side. Right?
Yes, sir.
Now let us discuss. Now, when you are investing money in equity share, as an investor, definitely you will be expecting minimum risk-free rate of return. ये तो आपको चाहिए ही चाहिए. रिस्क रेट ऑफ रिटर्न आपको चाहिए, यहाँ से यहाँ तक
Yes, sir.
इतना रिटर्न चाहिए. ओके, तो ये तो गारंटेड. सो कॉस्ट ऑफ इक्विटी इज डेफिनेटली रिस्क फ्री रेट ऑफ रिटर्न प्लस समथिंग, प्लस आपको और कुछ चाहिए. और कितनी चाहिए आपको? आपको चाहिए और मार्केट जो दे रहा है आपको वही चाहिए. ठीक है,
Yes, sir.
इज इट ना? मार्केट क्या दे रहा है?
Yes,
मार्केट रिटर्न दे रहा है. तो नॉर्मली स्टॉक मार्केट में जो रिटर्न आ रहा है, सो दैट यू वांट. ठीक है, सो यू वांट आरएफ प्लस मार्केट रिटर्न. ओके, बट द मार्केट रिटर्न, सपोज मैं आपको बोल रहा हूँ मार्केट दे रहा है 20%, बट 20% मार्केट क्यों दे रहा है? मार्केट दे रहा है जो 20% की बात कर रहा हूँ, दैट इंक्लूड्स टू कंपोनेंट्स. एक तो मार्केट जो 20% दे रहा है उसमें रिस्क फ्री कंपोनेंट कुछ है, प्लस वो मार्केट में जो रिस्क ले रहा है उसके लिए वो रिस्क प्रीमियम. मतलब वो जो
yes,
20% आपको सपोज मिल रहा है मार्केट से, रिस्क फ्री के लिए सपोज मिल रहा है 3% और 17% मिल रहा है आप जो रिस्क ले रहे हैं. ठीक है,
yes, sir.
ठीक है. ओके, सो मार्केट रिटर्न मीन्स रिस्क रेट ऑफ रिटर्न इज इंक्लूडेड देयर, इज इट नॉट? मैंने यहाँ पहले रिस्क रेट ऑफ रिटर्न ले रखा हूँ. So my net market return is risk-free rate of return, so market return minus risk-free rate of return. I will be talking about the net market return.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है, net market return. And this net market return is not fixed. It is sensitive. Sensitive मतलब मार्केट में अगर प्राइस बढ़ेगा और मार्केट ऊपर जा रहा है तो आपका रिटर्न एक्सपेक्टेशन ज्यादा होगा, मार्केट नीचे जा रहा है तो आपका रिटर्न एक्सपेक्टेशन कम होगा. Is it not? So this net market
Yes,
return is not constant, it is sensitive. Sensitive to what? Sensitive to beta. Therefore, this net market return is multiplied with the beta factor to know that how much an investor expects from the market. So, what exactly expects? Investors expects from the market. Number one, the equity shareholders or the investors of equity, they expect risk rate of return plus net market return subject to beta. And the net market return
yes,
means market return minus risk rate of return. Risk
yeah.
return is always expected, but that is not subject to beta. That is not sensitive. That is constant. Always they want minimum this thing, and they want the additional market return which is subject to this beta factor. Okay. If you look at this chart, this is risk rate of return. In addition to that, I want market return, but this market return is subjective. I want total return. This plus this. The extra money I am asking, that is called as the risk premium. Extra money I am asking for the risk taken in the market. And this risk premium is what? Net market return. Net market return means market return minus risk rate of return into beta factor. Because this is sensitive.
Yes.
Okay. Now, did you understand this formula? Why it is RF plus beta into RM minus RF?
Sir, RF always constant होता है.
RF is constant. At a particular point of time, it is constant. It keeps on changing
Yes,
from time to time, but at a particular point of time, it is constant.
okay, sir.
Constant in the sense, not sensitive to the market. That is why I am saying it is constant. But RF also changes over period. Okay, what is RF today? It may change tomorrow, but it is constant as of today. It is not sensitive to the market. So market का साथ तो नहीं लेना देना नहीं है. ठीक है. So therefore,
तो फिर
but
RF किसके साथ वैरी करता है?
RF सपोज नॉर्मली आपको जैसे आपको बताया था कैपिटल बजटिंग चैप्टर में टाइम वैल्यू मनी में, RF नॉर्मली हम लेते हैं ट्रेजरी बिल रेट का एवरेज जो करता है आरबीआई साइड पे पब्लिश होता है ट्रेजरी बिल रेट वो लेते हैं। तो गवर्नमेंट जब वो चेंज कर देता है ट्रेजरी बिल रेट सो चेंज हो जाता है। और RF हम लेते हैं
Yes,
कोई सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट सिक्योरिटी का एवरेज कैलकुलेट करते हैं। सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट सिक्योरिटीज लॉन्ग टर्म सिक्योरिटीज कितने रिटर्न देते हैं और सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट का शॉर्ट टर्म सिक्योरिटीज कितने रिटर्न देते हैं। तो डिपेंडिंग अपॉन द सिचुएशन वी कैलकुलेट व्हाट इज RF। अगर वो चेंज हो जाता है तो आपका RF कैलकुलेशन चेंज, अदरवाइज चेंज नहीं।
yes, sir.
ठीक है। सो दिस फॉर्मूला विल रिमेंबर द कॉस्ट ऑफ इक्विटी इज इक्वल टू RF प्लस बेटा इनटू RF माइनस। Okay, so beta is the measure of non-diversifiable risk, and this particular net market region is sensitive to beta. So by using this formula, we will be able to solve the question. How beta is to be calculated, there are various formulas, but that is not relevant for you. That is not a part of your syllabus. But if beta is given, you will be able to calculate cost of equity. Right? If beta is given, you will be able to calculate cost of equity. We'll do one thing. We'll calculate cost of equity tomorrow by using this formula. There will be one more formula also. I'll be telling you in our next class. Then we'll be solving some more questions. Okay. Then after that only
Yes, sir.
we'll move to the other part, cost of return earning, cost of preference share, cost of all other things we'll be learning.
Yes,
But till that time, what I'll do, I'll be sharing with you these files, plus maybe some questions I'll be sharing with you. So you try to solve these questions by using the formula what I've been taught you. Up to this formula, up to CAP formula.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so try
yes,
to
sir.
solve with you. We may not be able to meet tomorrow. We'll be meeting day after.
Okay, sir.
Okay, till that time, solve your questions. Your exam is postponed.
Okay, sir.
So that's a good news for you. Right. So we'll catch up maybe a day after tomorrow. Okay then. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, thank you, sir.